Congratulations and welcome to my third video in this series. You've made it here, which tells me you're very serious, and it's great because I'm sure that your goal is time and financial freedom, and that's really where we're going to be talking, and that's the frame of mind I want you to have as you think and work with me in the next few minutes. Let's be realistic. You don't want and can't afford to have this plan take forever. And I did promise you a 3-step blueprint. That's coming in a moment. The reality is I'm looking for a few good people. I'm looking for people who want to make a solid, passive, residual income. That's what translates into time freedom. You know, when Tim Ferriss wrote his book, 4-Hour Workweek, he wasn't kidding. There are people that do that. There are smarter ways to earn money. Profits are better than wages. You've heard me say it before. And if not, you just heard me say it. Ready for the 3-step blueprint? First of all, leadership. You need to find a leader, and you can be the judge of whether that's me or not. I'm not here for that. You need to find a leader who has both business sense and the ability to communicate in both the worlds of face-to-face marketing and internet marketing. And that's not something that a lot of people can do. That's not something a lot of people have experience in. It's probably going to be somebody with a few years under their belt. I didn't say pounds under their belt. I know I need to lose a few pounds. But it's going to be somebody with a few years under their belt that knows what they're doing. So leadership is clearly the first thing that you need to be focused on. As I've said to people that I meet in person, our nation, and I don't care if you're from the US or not, you could be from anywhere as long as it's on planet Earth, I'll work with you. Our nation, the United States, is really in need of good leadership, both in business and in our government. So leadership is an extremely important factor. The second step in the blueprint is to select a company that you're comfortable promoting, because everybody has what is called a primary. Everybody's got a primary company that they're building, something in addition to branding themselves. Don't get me wrong, branding yourself is something that anybody who is worth their salt as a leader is going to teach you and teach you how to do. It's definitely important, learning to brand yourself. Now, when I talk about selecting a company, I'm talking about finding a company in the home-based business world, typically because most of you, including me, are not living off our own products that we create. Yes, as you gain more experience, you're going to be creating some of your own products, and that's something that I'll be mentoring the people that are working with me to do. I'll be helping people to do that. And creating your own products comes from two areas: life experience and from training or formal education you receive as a result of enrolling in courses and programs and things like that. And again, I work with my people to help them focus on what it is that they want to create that's their little thing, their own thing, and then I teach them how to market that. That's important. But you need to select a company too, and I will tell you this. You know, 95% of the home-based business industry is based on nutraceuticals, health and wellness. Sometimes I call them lotions, potions, and pills. You need to think long and hard before you affiliate with a company, because there are certain factors, I think, that need to be considered. You need to consider, is the company solidly in business? Have they been in business for at least 2 years? And are they likely to stay in business? And you have to put your hat on to say, wait a minute, the United States could be headed for an economic collapse or a crash or whatever you want to call it. If that happens, will the company you're considering and the product that they market survive? And $50 bottles of juice or $30 bottles of juice, I'm not so sure. In fact, I'll be not politically correct and say they're not going to survive. So you need to find a company and a product that has mass appeal, has a real retail market, in addition to the ability to find people that want to join with you and build a team effort with you. So that's a priority in selecting the right company. You also want to find, like I say, a company which is going to have a product which will survive in rough economic times. And ideally, a product which has appeal not only to the consumer, but to business people. Needless to say, when you reach out to me, I'll be sharing with you what I've selected, and I have very, very good reasons, I think, for why I selected it. The third step in your blueprint, so you select the right leader, you find the right leadership, you select the right company, usually with the help of that leader to guide you to the right company, then you've got to learn marketing. Because what you need to do is get to work. Yes, there's work involved. Get to work, promoting it, and promoting yourself. And that requires, to a great degree, step-by-step guidance. Now, what I'm talking about here is, in the case of my team at least, my team and I have developed tools that will help you both in face-to-face relational marketing, as it's often called, and in internet marketing, which is still relational marketing. You know, if you're watching this video, it's very possible I haven't met you and you haven't met me, but we're building a relationship. You're going to pick the phone up and call me, or you're going to reach out to me somehow, and I'm going to pick up the phone up and call you, and you're going to be like, oh yeah, I saw you, you know, and you'll relay a little bit of that, and we'll begin to build a bridge. And that's how it works. So relational marketing and internet marketing strategies. I make these techniques and these strategies freely available to people who are working with me on my team. Freely available. That's how I believe it should be done. If they take a leap of faith and join me in my business program, then I take a leap of faith and I help to train them with free training. Now, when we talk about face-to-face strategies, I've got training on that. I've got some great training I put together. And no, it's not the same old tired stuff that you're going to see with traditional network marketing or multi-level marketing or relational marketing companies. We're not going to be guiding people to secret meetings and things like that and ambushing people and all that. Doesn't happen. Now let's talk about internet marketing for a minute. Internet marketing is an exciting, growing, dynamic, and I think fun field. You know, a couple of statistics. There are 247 billion email messages sent every day. Most of them are spam. The ticket is to find a way, if you're going to do some level of email marketing, to get your message to the right person and have them read it and have them respond to it. Interesting thought. There are 233 million websites. Probably by the time you watch this, it'll be 234, 35, 36, whatever. Again, they're all vying for people's attention. So the key is to learn enough about marketing that you can do certain things. And I've got members on my team who are learning how to use various media to reach vast numbers of people who are interested in getting ahead, who see it, who understand it, who realize that the quote-unquote American dream, go to school, get good grades, go get a good job, work it for 40 years, and then retire where the pension all of a sudden isn't what you thought. The 401k didn't hold up the way you thought. Social Security, what's that? The whole idea is to be able to build a sustainable business so that whether you are 30, 50, 70, or 85, within a relatively short period of time, remember I said, let's be realistic, you don't want and can't afford this to take forever. So what are we going to do? We're going to build something which is going to be effective and be manageable and be profitable and also be ethical. Something where you're making money and you're helping others and you're providing a service or a product which is of value to them. Now don't worry if you don't know what these things are yet. I'm just going to rattle off a few things that you might or might not be familiar with. But these are some of the things that we're working on to help everyone on our team have a quality product with. Blogs, lead capture pages, landing pages, good copywriting. There's a real science behind good copywriting. Oh yeah, I taught science for 20 years. I understand the process. I understand the process of an A-B split test. That's another issue. Tracking. Creating an effective and profitable sales funnel. That's another thing that we work to help people do. Attracting people who want to work with you. all of this is different pieces that fit into a giant puzzle, that when the puzzle is put together, you got something gold. Now, let me share just a few additional closing thoughts. You're going to benefit from my investment and going through the learning curve. I've always been one of those top 10%ers that's a pioneer. I'm willing to go out there. I'm willing to take money out of my pocket, spend time, invest time, learn from the best, and then turnkey it, because as an educator, that's what I do. As an educator, I turnkey things and I make them understandable and intelligible. So I've done the heavy lifting. What that's going to do is save you time. It's going to shave months, maybe even years off your learning curve, because I'm going to share with you what works. I'll also tell you what I tried and didn't work, and I'll tell you why. So that if you're tempted, as any learner would be, if you're a parent, think of your child, well, don't do that. Well, they're going to want to try it anyway. Explain why it didn't work. Been there, done that, I'll share it all. And again, my goal as an educator and as an internet marketer is to prepare informational and instructional videos that are comprehensive, clear, and most importantly, provide step-by-step guidance that is easy to follow and implement. It's near sundown where I'm recording this, and the bugs are coming out. I'm in Florida. Lastly, and this is so key, I am accessible. Let me say it again. You can reach me. You can get in touch with me. I'm a real person. I have a real phone number. I share that phone number with you. Again, 561-676-1205. Pick it up, call. I'm on the other end of the phone. All right? I will be there to answer your questions and support you. Now, I'm also a realist. I'm looking to duplicate myself, and maybe that's you. Maybe you will be one of my proteges. Not just somebody who joins the team and learns and goes off and becomes successful. That's great. But I'm also looking for some proteges, people who can duplicate what I do. And you know that if you become one of those top 10%ers and 1%ers, you're collecting a good check. All right? So I'm here for that. The next step, if you feel you're ready to take action, go down to the bottom of this page, click the button, and go to the application process, because I want to talk to you. Okay? Alan Sills signing out. I look forward to hearing from you in person. Take care.